Guys, what's up? Adam here with Indy Farm Life. Got a cold day in February, which is sometimes unusual in Indiana given that it was 60 degrees last weekend. But I have a problem I want to share with you guys, and it's a problem, but it also is pretty impressive. So as you know, if you've watched our channel, we worked our butts off this past summer to put this pond here behind me in, and now we magically have two of them. Confused yet? I'll show you what's going on. But before I do that, if you would, hit that subscribe button if you aren't already a subscriber of ours. We love having new people join us throughout our journey of all the crazy things we're doing out here on the farm. I say crazy because you never really know what we're going to be getting into one day the next, i.e. wait till you see this. But hit that button, let me show you what's going on. So there's the pond. It's really starting to fill up nicely. If you guys kind of keep up with our videos, you'll see it coming up over time. Every time I come out here, I definitely notice how much it has filled. But let me show you the problem that I'm really referring to. So when we dug this pond, we had to completely excavate it. There's no dam, there's no natural fall to this land, at least significantly, to put a pond in. So the beach area here behind me does kind of fall off a little bit back toward my barn. It's not significant, and there's not a lot of watershed, but we had 6 acres out here in total that the pond sits on, so the pond is one of it. And we knew that here in the back where I'm walking, that the ground sloped away from the pond, and we had talked about taking some of the dirt from the berm and reshaping that area so that the water would flow back toward the pond. But we just wanted to wait and see what kind of groundwater we got and what the 1 acre itself collected over time, so we didn't do anything with that. Well, that water just continued to run away from the pond, didn't come into the pond. All good and well, right? That's water we're not capturing, which is unfortunate, but it is just leaving the property. Or so we thought. Do you guys recall that small dirt pile we put in back here that might impede water flow if water were to come up against it? Let me refresh your memory. What I am referring to would be that colossal mountain back there. And as I pan across here, you guys are probably already going to see what I'm getting ready to show you. And it's hard to hide because of just how expansive it is. So the water I was talking about, and you can see some ice there from some ruts, that was supposed to be leaving the property. Again, ideally it would have run right into the pond here to the left, is now blocked by that massive berm. And what did it do? Well, it created a second pond. And you can maybe hear the water kind of squishing under my boots right now. I'm already starting to get into the leading edge of this thing. But we have roughly 3/4 of an acre with standing water on it. It's anywhere from, I'm standing at about 3 to 4 inches of water now. And I think out here it might be almost 1.5 feet deep. The last time I was out here, it was over my boots, so I couldn't quite walk, or going to be over my boots, so I couldn't quite walk back there. Let me pan around here and show you guys what we're working with. Well, what do you guys think? Right here's where the comments blow up and say, you guys are ridiculously ignorant for not dealing with that on the front end, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe. We can fix it. I'm really just more in awe that what would presumably be dry out here is now a pond simply because of our berm. Up here at the front where I was kind of walking, yeah, 3 to 4 inches, but back here toward the back, at least last week when I was out here walking, it was definitely creeping up on 1 foot deep. Like I said, I couldn't quite get out here and walk around as much as I wanted to because of the depth. So I'm gonna maybe get the tractor out. I'll climb up to the top of the berm here and shoot back down so you guys can see from the aerial view, if you will. We don't even need a drone out here. We got this berm. Actually though, Chris did get a drone for Christmas, so hopefully you guys will be seeing some drone footage if he ever gets that thing out and working. Oh yeah, as I come up here, the edge of this thing definitely looks like another pond. You can see the water line and then it just disappears into darkness. My gosh. This, guys, seriously, like, is that not both impressive and insane at the same time. It's ridiculous. I cannot get over this. So yeah, the water typically used to just then flow right through here and out. It's pretty windy and cold up here. So what's the plan, you might ask, as I stand here in front of pond number 2 with pond number 1 being just over the hill there. The ultimate goal is to take the 580 and dig a trench all the way back to the pond, kind of offsetting the grade or against the grade. You know, the grade now is coming this way, so offset it and go that way, and have that trench carry the water into the pond. However, if you watch the video last week we put up, the 580 is currently dismantled and there aren't very many cylinders on it. The electrical's pulled apart, doesn't have brakes, which I guess that's not really a big deal here, but so yeah, the 580 is going to get this done at some point. But given the volume of water and that we're in the middle of February and it's only going to keep getting wetter and wetter, I would like to maybe try to do something about it today. So it probably won't work. I shouldn't say that. It won't work as efficiently as I would like it to, but I'm going to get the tractor out and, well, A, drive out there as far as I can, see if I can't get the depth on this thing. But B, maybe take the loader bucket and just kind of try to cut swales. Maybe if the ground's not frozen, I can use the Gannon. All right, guys, here's where I said it looks like a pond. You can see like the shallow line there, and then it just drops off. Deepest part is probably right here in front of me. So leave the camera set up and then bring Big Green out here and see if I can't get a depth on this thing before I try to move it. It's pretty ominous looking. I may not be able to get in there with the tractor. It might be too deep. But regardless, I sure hope I don't get stuck, because the 580's down and the 580's blocking the dozer right now, so that could be a problem. But here we go. Here's to 4-wheel drive. All right, guys, you saw me bring Big Green out here and then bail on the attempt to reach this little area out here. As much as I wanted to, I'm not about to wreck my tractor, and the water was already clipping, well, not clipping, it was completely almost submerging the front axle. I took the tape and measured. The front axle on the underside is 16 inches. 16 inches of water out in that area, and it gets a little bit deeper up here. I kind of just walked down to the edge and busted some ice with my foot and stuck the tape in, and it was also 16, so my guess is like right here it would be creeping up on almost 2 feet, which means we have a whole lot of water sitting here that needs to go somewhere. So as opposed to breaking my equipment, I'm gonna see if I can't take Big Green and try to cut a channel to get some of this water out of here. Like I said, the 580 is the tool for the job, but 580 is out of commission right now, so we'll improvise. Plus the ground is semi-frozen, so that may be a limiting factor too, so we'll see. I think this is gonna be the line I take, kind of right through here. I'd like to avoid getting into those trees and wrecking them, so see if I can't do a line through here, kind of straight where the back of the tractor's sitting, and then hit this outer edge of the pond and see what happens. There it is. How awesome is that? Obviously the backhoe is the way to go, and this won't drain at all, and I'll keep working on it, I'm sure. But how cool is this? Well, minus the amount of sediment I'm getting ready to put in my pond. This is impressive. Well, that's how you fill a pond right there, boys and girls. Well, hope our overflow works. Not that this is gonna top it off by any stretch, but here's a cool shot. Pan around here, kind of eye level with it coming in. Seems to be draining pretty good. Obviously there's gonna be a point here in about 10 or 15, maybe longer than that, but where I'm still not low enough up here, but I'll extend my channel. Long term, I may put a pipe in out here to drain all this back, but that will definitely require the backhoe. The old mucky river. Let's walk out here, down this little stream. I'll be curious to check this in like 2 hours and see if the water level has dropped off these tree trunks, or kind of measure it off these tree trunks where it's dropping. You know, I'm excited, but there is so much water out here. I mean, right here, this is still 7 inches, 8 inches deep. Starting to cloud up the pond a little bit, but you know what? Worth it. I'm gonna put a couple stakes out here. As crazy as you stand up by the barn, you can hear this thing running in. It's like a river. And it has not slowed down one bit. In fact, it may have sped up. This won't be scientific, but put a few stakes here at the edge of the water, and we'll see how far beyond it or up it comes as this drains out. I realize that'll be tough if it's not marked, but eyeball. It's got a little velocity as it makes its way. Look at that channel it's cut. Wild. I kind of feel like I should go out there and, you know, keep excavating to make it continue a little faster, but why? Seems to be doing just fine. So, I have to ask, does anyone else out there think that I probably picked the absolute best day to do this, or what? I knew it was supposed to snow, but I guess it's better it's snow and not rain. But anyway, you see here behind me, I took the Gannon and cut a little deeper. Actually, can't even see what the camera's shooting right now because it's all wet and snowy, but you see that sidewall right here? I cut down 8-10 inches. Not sure how long I'll be out here yet today because, well, I'm getting a little bit cold and pretty soaked. Been running up to the barn to dry off next and warm up next to the fire a little bit. But at least we can say we know this is going to work. I can't imagine if I had a core trench with the backhoe, like a foot deep all the way through here, 2 feet deep. I apologize if this video becomes redundant, showing you guys the same stuff over and over. But I cannot get over the velocity and volume of water currently making its way into the pond. So I'm standing out now on the berm where I tried to bring the tractor through here earlier, up that way. If you look closely at some of these tree stumps or tree trunks, you can see that the water level's dropped 5 inches, maybe 4 inches. There, so we're making progress. You can see these sheets of ice that are kind of hung up in the trees too, so definitely coming down, but I bet there's still probably 16 inches water right here, so a whole lot more to drain off. So there's a nice little trench I ended up with for the day, and I have to say the flow is still at a pretty good rate. And by pretty good, I mean it's like a river. You can see those stakes down there. The middle one is already about a foot away, or about a foot climb from where it was, with a depth of I think like 8 inches increase to the pond so far. But I'm running out of time today, and I'm ridiculously cold at this point, so I'm gonna hang it up and kind of see what this does over time. Let me walk out here to show you guys what I ultimately did. Tried to cut some trenches. You can kind of see it going back that way, just to help the water kind of channel through and make its way up here. But overall, if you kind of look at some of the base of these trees, I dropped it 9 inches out here, it looks like. But yeah, you can see behind me how much more water we really need to get out of here. So this will work for now until the 580's up and running, and we'll ultimately use it to put some tile in or something. As always though, appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out this video. If you guys would, hit that subscribe button, come back and see us, and check to see where we're at with this aqueduct we built here and what the pond's looking like. I'm really excited to see where this thing is after a couple days of this thing flowing in. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.